Yeah.
Leon, could you tell us about this picture here? I'm pretty intrigued by it.
That is a part of a drainage system for a coal mine, which was first opened in 1680s or something like that.
Damn.
And this is it's a drainage system for that coal mine. Underneath in that tunnel, it drops underground, and then it comes under the river and comes back at the other side. So they dug all that out in late 1600s, early 1700s. But along that river banking, there's a couple of these little cave systems, and the amount of sightings that are along that river, because also not to mention railways and canals, rivers as well. I think these cryptids use a lot of rivers.
Same here in the
Then
States.
people are seeing these things, and they just suddenly disappear. So they're either going through some portal or they're going into a tunnel. So we knew this tunnel existed. It took us a while to find it. I had to send a drone up to look for this thing, and we went in there to investigate it, see if we could see any prints or anything. Unfortunately, there was nothing in there. It looks like it's all closed up with a great big that gate. That's a gate that's open all the time. I think it seems to be open because if someone does come from the other side and they're not locked in, if you know what I mean. But that is very close to where my latest sighting is, which is the 3 college boys. It's basically on the same river. So before long, that'll be released on my channel. That'll be a semi-documentary about that'll get mentioned in it as well.
Awesome. I'm looking forward to watching that.
Yeah. Did they use do you think the tunnels are like a network out there for them to move around subsurface so they can without being seen?
Well, yeah, we've got thousands of miles of disused coal mines in England. In the 80s, Margaret Thatcher shut all the coal mines down. They're all still there. There's quite a lot of them that are flooded, but it is like it's like Swiss cheese underneath our feet. It's miles and miles of it. If you know where to look, you can find them and you can get into them. A large animal, if it wants to disappear, it's straight in there and it's gone. You're not going to see it again. Yeah. And they're all semi-connected in a way.
Leon, what's the creepiest story you've collected?
Oh, let's think. I would think it would be. It was about He called himself a fisherman, but he was poaching in a river. He was using nets, and he was trying to get wild trout out of a river. And whilst he was there, obviously it's dark. Whilst he was there, he started to hear some movement over a security fence. There's an old paper mill. Was it paper mill? Paper mill. Yeah, there's an old paper mill, all disused. There's actually a video on my channel about that. And whilst he was making his mind up what he was going to do that night, where he was going to put his nets in, what he was going to do, he had started like hear these noises coming from out of the building, and he's thinking, "What? That's a bit strange. What animals got in there? Because this fence is huge." And as he's sat there smoking his cigarette, that was it. I think he had a beer with him. You'd have to watch the video, but he sat either smoking a cigarette or a beer, and this animal gets closer and closer and closer, and it's complete darkness, and he realizes that it's right up against the fence. Puts his light on, and he told me that was the worst thing he could have done, because as he saw this animal, it was. He said it was as big as a donkey. It was just stood there looking at him, cocked its head like as to say, like, what you're doing. You know, like when dogs do that weird little thing. And in the video, I explained that this guy is a bit of a tearaway, a skinhead. I don't know if you know about skinheads in England, but they're a bit. He is one of them, or was one of them. He still is, and he's no softie, no baby. He left all his stuff and did a runner and left everything there. He never went back. But I would say to have been there and seen that one in pitch black darkness where he was, because I've actually been down to the place. No, I wouldn't have. I'd have done the same thing. I'd have walked on water anyway. I'd have been out of there in a flash.